Hello, Year 4. Welcome to your class text video for today, which is 24th of February 2021. Right, let's get into it. I'm going to share the other camera, this little camera here, so you can see the text that I'm reading. We are still reading our sort of graphic novel of Ancient Egypt, The Tales of Gods and Pharaohs by Marcia Williams. We got up to this as our next story. Don't worry, the page isn't ripped. It's supposed to be like that. So this is our next part of the story that we're going to read, and it's called Pharaoh Zoser and the Great Famine. Scribe changed that to Great Pharaoh Zoser and the famine. It's time you all retired to the heavens. Oh Ra, we thought you never let us. After the reign of Horus, the great gods decided to leave the day-to-day ruling of Egypt to mortals. Am I the greatest? You are great. You are pretty jolly great. You are jolly pretty jolly great. But there is no way you are as great as Ra and the other ancient gods. One of the first of these pharaohs was Zoser. Like other mortal pharaohs, he was worshipped as a god, but everyone knew that the ancient gods came first. Build a tomb for me that rises higher than any temple to the ancient gods. Oh, Pharaoh, I love a challenge. So Pharaoh Zoser shouldn't have asked his advisor, Imhotep, to build him a tomb greater than any temple in Egypt. It is my tomb never to be ready? Oh, Pharaoh, come, it awaits you. Imhotep could not disobey his Pharaoh, and eventually he declared that Zoser's burial place was ready. Now, did you know that a hippo has used up at least 4 of my lives? While I recover, I'll tell you about some of our fantastic inventions. In 3500 BC, Senet, the world's first known board game, was made. In 3200 BC, hieroglyphics, a form of writing first used in wall paintings. Rami walks in the rain. Right. Here we go onto this double spread page. We've got a massive looking pyramid there. Ra's chosen one is not receiving proper respect. Will it last until the end of time? Even Pharaoh Zoser was satisfied with his tomb. It was a beautiful step pyramid built at Saqqara on the edge of the desert. The outside was covered in white limestone that glinted in the sunlight. At night, it looked like a stairway to heaven. Inside, wonderful etchings and carvings decorated the walls, leading to Zoser's burial chamber. Never before had such a large stone monument been built, not even for the great god Ra, creator of all Egypt. For as long as it stood, Pharaoh Zoser would be remembered, which made him very, very happy. Wow, Zoser is the best. The people of Egypt came to admire Zoser's magnificent pyramid and praised the pharaoh who had ordered it to be built. Come, help me repair the mighty temple of Thoth. Sorry, we're off to worship at Zoser's tomb. Meanwhile, the old gods were being neglected and their temples were crumbling. You are sowing seeds in the desert land. Well, that's all there is. Then one year the Nile did not rise as usual and the land became infertile. Just one each. Next year the Nile is bound to rise. The crops failed and the people of Egypt had to live on the grain stored from other years. Now in 3000 BC, papyrus used to write on and was made from the papyrus plant. In 2700 BC, pyramids, Zoser's step pyramid was the first. And still not quite myself, so I hand over to the next page to issue and embalm. Go back to the storehouses are empty. The next year the Nile failed to rise again, but now the stores of grain were empty. Health to you, O Pharaoh, your people need food. The Nile will not obey my divine powers. The people turned to Zoser for help, but he did not have the power to raise the waters of the Nile. Dear gods, please help us, please. Did we hear a prayer? No, we think not. At last, Zoser appealed to the gods, but they were angry with him and ignored his pleas. For 7 years, the Nile failed to flood. Farmland turned to desert, and the Egyptians starved. I'll eat the rats, or I'll eat you. Help! You are Pharaoh, do something. Neighbor robbed neighbor, children were left to die, and fists were raised at Zoser. Find out which god directs the flood, and hurry. I'll try, but I'm weak with hunger. Zoser ordered Imhotep to go to Thebes and consult with Thoth, the god of wisdom. I bring you gifts and apologies. Oh, only Khnemu has the power over the Nile. Thoth told Imhotep that Zoser must travel to Elephantine and pray to the god Khnemu. I am but a grain of sand compared to the great god Khnemu. Once more, and then I'll forgive you. So Zoser took the royal barge to the island of Elephantine. He prayed to Khnemu to be forgiven for the neglecting the gods. He ordered a temple to be built for Khnemu, grander than even his tomb. This pleased Khnemu, and he called for the Nile to rise over the land so that the crops would flourish and the famine would end. Once more, Egypt became a land of plenty, but Zoser never again risked neglecting the ancient gods. Here at the bottom, we can see about the mummies. So embalmers turned dead bodies into mummies. By about 2700 BC, they were champion embalmers. In just 70 days, you can travel to the next life as a mummy. So number one was to stick a hook up the nostril and scramble your brains and pull it out and feed it to the fish. Number two, we would slice open the body, remove the organs and store them in canopic jars. Number three, cover the body with salt and leave to dry for 40 days. Number four, stuff the body with sweet herbs and spices. Number five, wrap the body in bandages. Number six, put a mask over the mummy's face so you know who it is. And yes, we do cats too. Meow. Okay, that's the end of today's reading. So I'm going to quickly change back. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next reading. All right, bye-bye.